Hey guys, so here's a new movie review for this is a special request actually. So I was talking to a friend of mine and he said to me, why don't I do the first movie that I ever saw in cinema as a movie review? I actually can't remember at all what movie that would have been. I've got some movies in my head, but the very first one in cinema I can't remember. But I do remember the first movie I ever saw in the drive-ins, and it was Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman with Jack Nicholson. I want to tell you a little bit of trivia first, and then I'll tell you my review. I literally just finished watching it on Blu-ray just then. So apparently Jack Nicholson received a percentage of this movie, back when it was first released, and it was such a massive hit in the box office that he ended up taking home $60 million as of 2003. Get your head around that. That's pretty massive. And what was the other one I was going to say? So that's right. So when around about the 6 minute mark of the movie, which is into the movie, Batman grabs a bad guy and he hangs him over this balcony, and he says the extremely famous catchphrase now, "I'm Batman," and it actually said in the script, "I am the Knight," but he just flipped it and went, "I'm Batman." So, and that's what stuck, and that's what Tim Burton went, "Yep, done, sweet," which I thought was absolutely incredible. Other couple of trivia things I want to bring up, which I find just incredible about this film, is so back when they were promoting the movie on the actual lot of Warner Brothers set, the scale of the movie was that like people just wanted to know what they were making. It was so popular, so famous that people would come and just they wanted to see at the time what was all the hype about with this movie and whatever. And so they kept promoting the movie with not this logo but the Batman poster, and it was so incredibly loved and so well received by the fans and just everyone that they couldn't wait to see this movie. Two things. So they would put posters up in bus stops, and they'd just get taken the next day. Someone would steal it, and they just kept doing it, and every poster that they put up got stolen. The other thing was, so back in the days before the internet, I know that it was actually time before the internet, if you didn't know that, there was always trailers before movies. Now, I don't know what movies it would have been in front of. It would be actually cool to find that out. But back when it was about to be released in cinema, like we see now, we see movie trailers in cinema, people would actually buy a movie ticket, which would have been so cheap back then, it's ridiculous. But they'd literally buy a movie ticket to see whatever movie it was that they were seeing, deliberately to see the trailer for Batman and then leave. And they wouldn't even stay for the movie because it was just that. Like now, we literally wait till it's on our smartphones, you know what I mean? And, it's like, hey, you can watch it 1,000 times. But it was that, it's just amazing where we've come today in technology. The other thing I wanted to mention also is something that when rewatching the movie just now, when I was a kid, I wouldn't have even seen it at all, but now I've looked at YouTube and seen behind the scenes makings of stuff like this. And one of the things that was incredible that I found out is how many miniature models of, like, say, Gotham City or just like an explosion or something that they actually used instead of making something really big and blowing it up, because obviously the money back then is nothing compared to what it is today. And something I really thought was incredible is right at not the very last scene, but almost the last scene of the movie. Batman's Batwing flies down, and it crashes, right, and it crashes into this I'm guessing a clock tower or something like in front of it. And as it hits, it blows up. And I looked at it, and the camera sat there for maybe a couple of seconds, maybe about 10 seconds, it felt like. And I realized as I was looking at this shot that was in still frame, it was a miniature model. But back then, when I wouldn't have known anything about that, I had absolutely, like, I had no idea. The interesting thing about this movie, and I should have done my homework on this before I said anything about it, but now just thinking about it, I don't know if this movie came before Superman. I can't remember, and I believe it did, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, actually, it did. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, so Batman came before Superman. So this, for a long period of time, was my favorite film. And then Christopher Reeve's Superman the movie came out, and that just, that just mentally, I just went on a whole new level. And red's been my favorite color since forever, and that was his logo. And believing a man could fly, and I believed it. It was incredible. So this is the Batman review, 1989, Michael Keaton, and this is literally, it still stands today as one of my favorite Batman movies of all time, just because of Jack Nicholson. I mean, it's funny, Heath Ledger to me is the Joker, but Jack Nicholson, I mean, he owned that character. I mean, you really put something into it that was just, he's in the conversation now, the Joker. To me, I get why why people see him as the Joker, but I personally don't. He wasn't the Joker to me because Heath Ledger was such a foundation in The Dark Knight. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think this movie, it stands the test of time, guys. It really does. It really stands the test of time. If you haven't seen this movie, definitely check this movie out. You'll absolutely love it. I really hope you enjoyed my trivia on this movie. And until my next review, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.